you guys are always invited to come. For any of the guys who has come and would like to share just briefly, 15 seconds, what is that experience like? Some things that stood out to you. Anybody that's have come to any of the events, yes?
Well, you actually do things from a coaching standpoint. We do a lot of activities with the kids. We do a lot of drills you will see in the combine.
Okay. How about you?
When you out there, they look up to you, so you making them better, you making yourself better, and you build on responsibility.
Like working with the kids and seeing the smiles on their face, they call you coach, and every time you tell them something good, they get happy and smiling, and cheesing and stuff.
That's really it. That's like the highlight, like making someone else's day better, and like practicing with them, giving them advice in sports that you play.
The highlight day.
It's 5 of us, and no matter what we went through, my mom always tried to keep us together, do the best she could. A lot of times we walked in the house, checked the light switch to see if the electricity was on, because a lot of times, at different times, based off a money situation, we didn't have it. There was time we opened up the refrigerator, wasn't hardly anything in there. Open the freezer, only thing in there is ice cubes, and somebody didn't fill up the tray all the way. Probably was her. And so it was one of those things, man, that even though we didn't have a whole lot, what we had was each other. We had each other. And we got picked on a lot because of what we didn't have. You know, going to different places, people had more things than we did, but by having each other and then having God in our lives, man, and again, and I'm not saying, again, I always say, going to church don't make you a Christian, just like being in the garage don't make you a car. It's not until you understand the purpose of God's word and the Bible and all that, then you can apply it. And so throughout my life, what I try to do is just do the best I could. I tried to do the best I could, man. Athletics was a way out. If it wasn't for Syracuse, if it wasn't for academics and athletics, man, I wouldn't have went to Syracuse. I wouldn't have had a full scholarship. And then when I got drafted in '98, first round pick, to the Jaguars and played 9 years. If it had not been for, the athletics and the academics, I wouldn't have had an opportunity to do what I can do for my family here in the community at large. And so people always ask me, Donovan, when you got picked for the NFL, when they called your name, what was that like? For me, it was a little different than everybody else. For some, when they get drafted, they think about, okay, man, I made it, big house, big cars, this, that, and the other. But for me, it wasn't that way. For me, it was, when they called my name on that stage, when they walked across and called my name on the stage, what stuck out to me was responsibility. It said that, you know what, I have now even more greater responsibility, not only to my family that's all around cheering and happy and crying and laughing, but also to the team I was coming to, also to the community I was coming to, which was Jacksonville, and then basically to my family, my wife and kids at the time. And so again, that's what it was for me. So that means that I say that because I got into the league with purpose. I went to this path with purpose in mind. I didn't just go and say, oh, let me see what happens. So I had to have purpose. You say, well, how did I know that growing in the environment I grew in? And just like in Jacksonville, well, I had certain people in my life that kind of came alongside of me, coaches, that would spend time with me, that I might ride to school with, or ride home with at times, or then when I worked summer jobs that I might have worked with. And they got a chance to just pour into me. I got a chance to ask them questions. And because of that, I started learning things at a faster rate, life lessons, more than some of the other guys that were just around me. Why? Because I was in the right place at the right time, because I understood association determines my destination. Who you're associated with will determine where you go. This isn't to pick on anybody and say, don't hang out with this or that person. But for you, your association will determine your destination. And so I started associating with myself with individuals who can help me, who can pour into me. And then I was a sponge. I tried to soak up all that I could. I never thought I was better than anybody. When I played in the league, I never got to the point that I felt like, yo, I made it. I never got to there. I never got there. I kept working. Every year I went to the league, every year I played, I always approached that year as if I didn't have a job. And I had to earn the right to be there, even if I was getting paid millions of dollars. Okay? And so with that, I understood responsibility. I finished playing, I played 10 years in the league, and now I moved back to Jacksonville. And what I get a chance to do now is I run my foundation, which basically the whole mission of our foundation is to educate, equip, and empower individuals with life skills so that you can maximize your purpose, okay, and your potential. And at the end of the day, that's it. I'm no better than you. My path is not your path. Okay, we were all created to do something unique and something wonderful here on this earth. And my role within the foundation, we do life camps, which a lot of gentlemen have come to, and then we also do this mentorship program. And so with the 5,000 role models of excellence, and then the mentorship program that I have, this is what we do. I merge with individuals like yourself, and my whole job, my whole role is to walk with you through life. There isn't anything that you've ever went through or will go through that I haven't went through. And so I'm not here to tell you anything. I'm here to share with you everything. And as much as you want to learn or grab or gravitate towards, you know what I'm saying, it's only for your benefit. You're gonna turn around. When I say go, you're gonna turn around, you're gonna answer these 3 questions, okay? And then, all right, you're gonna have a total of a minute to do it. Here's the questions. Number 1, you're gonna ask them their name. Of course, the next one, you're gonna ask them their biggest accomplishment in life so far. And the next one, what is their passion? What do they love to do? Accomplishment in life so far. The next question you're gonna ask is, what is their motivator, man? What do they love to do above all things? And the last one, where are their cash? So remember, you're gonna have a minute to turn around and ask each other questions, and then afterwards, you're gonna stay with your group, and I'm gonna have you introduce the other person to everybody, so you gotta remember what they say. You got 1 minute, ready to go?
His passion was learning.
He like bring to the next level, and he like play ball. He like play ball. Yeah, come out the gutter.
And then the first question, then the second question. First question, remember, is who's the most influential person in your life that speaks into you? The second question is, what is your biggest obstacle or challenge that you're overcoming? Yes.
Joe, the most influential person in his life, is his grandpa. And he said his biggest obstacle is himself, so he can keep a good mindset and do everything he got to do to get a scholarship to the top.
Awesome.
It's big salute. Really big. It's compliment.
Most influential person.
Most influential person is his mom. He said his most
Yeah, his biggest obstacle or biggest challenge he's overcoming
is himself, because he wants to be able to keep a good mindset for college and stuff, and trying to get off.
Awesome, thank you, man. 2 claps, ready to go? Again.
Her biggest accomplishment is getting to the next level and making it through life. She said.
Most influential person.
She said her brother and herself.
This is Chris. His most influential person is his mom, teammates, and coaches. And his obstacle is getting to the next level and graduating.
Awesome. 2 claps, ready to go?
You like, oh, I can't do this. Then you're not gonna put your best effort, and you won't do it. Like, you'll end up failing when you could have succeeded if you would have put your mind for it and stuff like that.
Okay. Who else said yes?
I'm piggyback on what he said. Like, nobody else can tell you, like, if it's in your head, you can do it, you can do it. Like, no matter what nobody else say, you gotta tell yourself you can do it. So I say, you the biggest person you gotta overcome yourself.
Okay. Who else? Yes.
I ain't saying with the piggyback off of what both of them said. It is kind of true, because it's like yourself determine everything. You know, it's your own life, your destiny, and only you can determine your future. So that's why I would say.
You gotta be responsible of yourself. You can't worry about others. You gotta think about yourself. Like, when you're in school, you gotta think about yourself, because if you don't, you're gonna end up somewhere you don't want to be. You don't think about yourself.
But let me ask you, how hard is that to do that in high school?
It is.
How hard is that, and what makes it challenging to be able to think about yourself and to be able to overcome, you know what I'm saying, those stuff?
You got to push yourself.
Okay.
So you got to push yourself, like, keep doing what you got to do, so like go to the next level. So you just don't push yourself, go to the next level. You might be like stay in the same spot like for a little minute till you push yourself. So that's about it.
Okay. Yeah. So
I mean, it's people that you surrounded with sometimes.
Okay.
Like, it might not be the right group you supposed to be around. You need to take yourself out of that and put yourself, like, think about yourself at the moment, and then go back to it. I guess, like, do something different.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
it totally makes sense. Totally.
It's hard because like in high school, you got so many people doing stuff and like at the moment we don't be thinking it's nothing wrong with it, but like as looking at it from an adult, like we can probably be doing something totally wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
Like Brady said, you face a lot of obstacles in high school. Being that you're growing up, you know, you get looked at different, things come about different, you know, you get involved in and you get like introduced to different things. And it's like, you know, your mind kind of tricky, you want to experiment, but then, you know, you gotta go about things the right way in high school growing up. Because it's like the older you get, you know, the more harder you get, the more responsible you have to get. Because it's like when you get that point where you walk off stage, it's like the word responsibility pops up and you into the real world. So I see.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Sean.
And like, well, piggyback on what he said, like, especially like if you're an athlete, because you gotta carry yourself differently and like they may treat you a little different and hold you to a higher standard because you're not just a student, you're a student athlete, and they look at this, people look up to you and stuff like that.
Societies, you know, the different groups. How important is it to be a part of a group while you're in high school with individuals that are similar to you, may think similar to you? How important is that? How important are you guys? Yeah.
It's important because like the football team, 9 times out of 10, you'll see like you won't never see one football player walking by themselves. Like most of the time, they always with another football player, and we all got the same mindset and trying to get to the same place. So we know not trying to put that same goal. So yeah, you know, I'm a firm believer of practice what you preach. You know, if you practice and preach the right thing, you know, you do the right thing. You know, it depends because some people not introduced to that. You know, you got some kids in this room that's probably been introduced to this program, you know, probably open their eyes, you know, experience new things. Like Coach Lewis, he said he introduced us to exposure. And exposure was a different mindset for me because I didn't know it was that much into the world. Like I always thought it was this and that, but, you know, just I look at a different view on things.
That's great. That's awesome. How about anybody, you gentlemen at this table want to share anything? What is your association can and will determine. That just means whoever I'm associated with that's around me, okay, that can help determine where I go. So for example, if you're associated, and I'll just use that as an example, if I'm associated with a person who went to college, who graduated from college, who's working in a career, then more than likely, because I'm associated with them, the conversations we're going to have is always going to be pulling me towards that direction. But if on the other side, if my heavily association is around individuals who, you know what I mean, who are making bad decisions, who are just trying to get by, okay, or like I said, are making bad decisions, then guess what? I'm going to be pulled one way or the other. I shared with you guys when we first started, the association that I chose were individuals. Like I said, I chilled around my boys and everybody, but I always made sure I had people around me that was where I wanted to go, or can pour into me to help bring me that way. Okay, doesn't mean that I got to be like them. Don't mean that, like I said, don't mean I got to do what they did, but at least they're speaking in life and they're giving me a different perspective. I think you mentioned it as parents, or one of you guys mentioned as parents. Parents may look at it like at a different level. Well, you say, wait a minute, but I'm just a child right now. I mean, I got to live this life. I got to have experiences. So what's going to help me from what they did or know now? Asking questions, learning, and then applying what you know. Okay. Choices and decisions. You will determine where you go. It wasn't always, listen, gentlemen, it wasn't always easy. It wasn't always easy for me to do the right thing. It wasn't always easy. But it's just one decision at a time. And when you get in that moment, of decision, it takes more courage to walk away than it does to go with the flow. When I think about fish, one of the greatest fish that I like to bring as an analogy is like a salmon, because a salmon swims upstream. It doesn't swim with the flow. Everybody around you might be doing the same thing, but it takes more courage for you to do something different. And as you said, the biggest challenge is with you. The biggest obstacle is with you, because you have to make it out. And one of the best ways to do it, you guys, is to plan it out. Is to write it down. We're going to write out goal life plan. We're going to have a life plan. We're going to write out what are some areas in our life, from relationships to family to finances to school to career to spiritual to character. You're going to set goals for each. You're going to set what the obstacles are. You're going to identify. Because watch this. If I'm playing against a team and I know, and I studied that team, and I know they do this when they line up in this formation, guess what? When they do it, I'm prepared. Same thing for you with life, the game of life. When you understand that my biggest challenge is basically making a decision or getting around this person or getting around that person, then I already know that when I get in that situation, I can make another decision or I can go another route. I'm not just reacting. I'm planning this thing out. So the biggest thing you can ever give yourself as a gift is a plan. The biggest mistake you can ever not give yourself is a plan. You gotta plan it out. It just, nothing great ever happened by accident. Nothing great ever happened by accident. And so you have to plan it out. Okay? All right, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna give you a list. And we're gonna go down the list. And you have to say what the next thing is. But you can't repeat what somebody said. You can't repeat what somebody said. And we're gonna keep going. You have a total of 2 seconds to answer. Okay, listen, you have a total of 2 seconds to answer. And if you don't answer, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit, and you're done. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to bow out. You're gonna have to bow out before everybody. Humble yourself. And you gotta go get 20 push-ups when you're done. Let's go. High schools in Jacksonville, go.
Terry Parker. AC. Andrew Jackson.
Sandywood. Rains. First coach.
Lee.
APR.
Stop. You can't say it. You can't say it. Get strong, Tony. Get strong, Tony. Get up. Now. No. Now loud. All right, here we go. Ready. Presidents of the United States, go.
Bush.
George Washington.
John Quincy Adams.
Abraham Lincoln. George Washington Carver.
AFC teams, go.
Jaguars. There you go. Green Bay.
Browns.
Green Bay NFC team.
No, the judge.
Right, you're supposed to keep going, bro. They never just
Let's go. Get out. Here we go.
Back. I mean, yeah.
Here we go.
20.
All right, here we go. All right, we're down.
What, Millie Rockland?
NFC teams, go.
Vikings.
Green.
Giants. I should see motherfucking Giants.
Saints.
Jaguars.
Let's go.
And here we go. Ready? All right, here we go. Bow out, get strong. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, last grade. Okay, we're great.
Both of them.
Okay, so remember, this is for the entire 10th grade population and entire 11th grade population. So remember, if your grade wins, you don't have push-ups. If your grade loses, you have push-ups. Okay, remember, 12th grade, you guys got push-ups anyway, and so does 9th grade. Colors, go.
Blue.
Purple. Green.
Red.
Tan. Yellow.
Orange.
Pink. Blue.
He already said blue.
You already said it, okay, cut. NBA teams, go.
Oh, you
Cavaliers.
Celtics.
Bobcats.
Bucks.
Oh, get out.
Hornets.
Magic.
Pelicans.
Miami Heat.
Bulls. Lakers.
Right? So 9th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade, you guys got to put up. And go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
And all right, 9 seconds. 9 seconds.
1, 3.
And 3 seconds. Ready? And go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Hey, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Go.
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
1,
3.
5 seconds. Ready? And go.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
3 seconds. 3 seconds. Here we go. And go.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
10 seconds. And go.
2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3.
15 seconds. Good job. Y'all made it. Y'all made it. Here we go. We got one group to make it. Here we go. Ready? Ready and go.
2, 3, 2, 3, 2. The military life.
Rules are clap on 1, stomp on 2, say 3. Ready? Go.
3, 3, 3, 3.
9 seconds. 9 seconds. You guys are up. Go.
3, 3, 3.
No, and 6 seconds. And go.
3.
And go.
3, 3,
Oh, 2 seconds. Go.
3.
Set. Go.
1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1.
They made it. Good job. 15 seconds. 15 seconds, baby. They made it. Here we go. Next group's up. Go.
1. Woo! 1. Woo! 1. Woo! 1. Woo! 1. Woo! 1. Woo! 1.
He said 1. I said 1.
Go.
1.
Woo! 4.
1. Woo. 1. Woo. 1. Woo. 1. Woo. 1. Woo. Clap.
And
1,
Woo!
1. Woo.
1.
go.
1. Woo! 1. Woo! 1. Woo! 1. Woo! 1.
You're supposed to clap.
1.
Go.
1.
Woo. 1. Clap.
Woo! 1. Woo!
1. Stop on 1.
Woo! 1. Woo!
1.
Woo! 1.
You need you. Well, you messed up.
Woo!
He did just mess up.
Time. They made it. They made it.